Hello loves, welcome back to TigeraGitana. Today we are going to be doing a Dollar Tree spell. This spell is going to be a little bit complex, so I hope that you guys are ready to follow along. This is going to be a 4-part spell. You can repeat it multiple times if you wish to, in cycles of 2 or 3 or 4. We're going to be using 4 candles in different colors. They're going to be these, and I'm going to explain what we're doing. I wanted to do specifically a money focused spell, but because of everything that's been happening with the pandemic and job losses and everything like that, and I've been getting and doing so many readings the past couple of weeks, and the theme of trauma with money has been coming up so much for you guys, and I definitely feel you guys for it. I understand. I mean, right now this is like a time where, like, if you had a good relationship with money before and you lost your job because of the pandemic and you're on unemployment and you have bills to pay and XYZ and B, it's a little bit of a complicated time to navigate through with your finances, and your relationship with money might have taken a hit because of all of this. So I wanted to share a healing spell that targets multiple chakras in different ways, and just addresses the big elephant in the room, and kind of reconnects us to our connection with money and calling on that energy with money. Okay. So I hope you guys are ready. This is, again, going to be a little bit of a complex spell. Everything I'm using here is from the Dollar Tree. That's why it's called Dollar Tree spell. So don't ask me where I got XYZ. It was at the Dollar Tree. Because you guys ask me that sometimes in comments. I'd be like, I said it in the video. I'm just saying. I said it in the video. So I'm going to show you everything that I'm going to be using. You can edit or remove or add if you have anything in your house that you want to use. I have obviously more herbs and stuff like that in my house, but I'm just trying to keep it to the Dollar Tree spell, just so for those, especially newbie witches and stuff, who are just trying to kind of work their magic but don't have the means to, buy a whole bunch of stuff. This is a good way to navigate that and around that, because you can manifest with really inexpensive things, and that is the whole point of my Dollar Tree spell series, and why I share my Dollar Tree witchy hauls with you guys, so you guys can get some ideas and work with different ways and different tools that you can get. It doesn't have to cost $30. It doesn't have to cost all of these types of monies for you to kind of work your magic. So I hope this video is very useful to you. Okay, and we are going to get started. So the only thing that I'm not using that's from the Dollar Tree in here is not necessarily an essential aspect of the video, because you can kind of blend this however you want, but I am going to be using one of these, okay? And that's just because of the way that I'm going to be combining the herbs together. You don't need one of those. I personally, that's how I like to mix my herbs and bless them as well. So especially when I'm making this, like a similar batch for each candle, I like to just make it in one batch. So if you don't have one of those, you can easily just mix it on your own and call it a day, and basically just keep it simple. Okay, doesn't have to be complicated. We're not trying to make it complicated today. Okay, so I'm gonna actually start, and instead of introducing everything that we'll be using, I'm just going to start and then show you what I'm using, and everything is gonna be from the Dollar Tree. Okay, just I promise. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna go through the herbs really quickly, and I'm just gonna start adding it on here. So the first 2 on here, this I added peppermint and chamomile, and the reason why I added those 2 herbs first was because chamomile specifically really good. It has that sun energy right off the bat. We are in Leo season. We do have that need for that fire element, and we are going to have some other fire things in here, of course. But it also is a money herb as well, and it helps to purify. So because we are trying to do a healing money spell situation, we need to purify, cleanse, remove, release our energy. Okay, and it also connects to the vibration of love. Okay, so money and love are in the same vibration. I need you guys to understand that. So we are trying to heal our relationship with money, which means that we must love money as well. Okay, so we do have to connect those two, and herbs that have that energy help with that as well. So the next one that we are going to be using is peppermint, and peppermint is good for purification and money as well. So we're just adding more of that in there. We're also going to be using the peppers, because y'all already knew I was going to do the peppers. And the reason why we're doing the peppers, okay, so black pepper specifically to cleanse and remove any negative energy surrounding your relationship with money. I'm breaking it down herb-wise because I want you guys to understand why I'm adding each thing that I'm using. You can pick between cayenne or chili pepper. I'm adding both because we're gonna be extra today. It's Leo season, we're going ham. So black pepper, okay, just to cleanse and remove any of the agitation, any of the, oh, I have bills now, I have things to pay, I'm trying to get it together, like another thing that I have to pay, another bill came in the mail, whatever. All of these type of things, we want to remove, cleanse it away, remove that negative energy. Okay, so the peppers specifically are really amazing for hex breaking. And right now, I personally feel like it's a time where we are verbally hexing ourselves, and we're saying things like, oh my God, I'm gonna be broke next week because I don't have money, because I just lost my thing, and my unemployment didn't get approved, everything you're saying is a curse. Okay, so we are trying to break that. And also the peppers, they add a little pep in the step. Okay, they add a little pep, they add a little fire element, like I said earlier that we were gonna add. So you want to have that fiery element. You want to bring and connect to that fire element. Because yes, we're going to be working with obviously candles. So we're already connecting to that element, but we want to add more of that through herbs. We want to amplify that energy, breaking those curses, those verbal curses, that negativity that we've been spewing, those blockages we've been putting upon ourselves. Instead of maintaining our strength, we're like amplifying negativity. No, we're shaking that fire in our step. We're hustling, we're making it work, we're getting it together, we're getting back in alignment. Our money situation is getting addressed and fixed, honey. Okay, we're not trying to get caught up in the madness. We're trying to make sure we're stable and good. Okay, so it's really important to add those spicy elements. We're also adding cinnamon for money and success and love, obviously, but cinnamon is such a multi-purpose useful herb. I love working with cinnamon. It's one of my absolute favorite spices right off the bat on my list of spices. It's just amazing. It's great, and it's multi-purpose because it also helps with healing. It helps with hex breaking. It helps with money and love. It just purifies, it cleanses away. So it is such a multi-purpose herb because it does so much. You can tap into the energy of cinnamon for so much. So it is going to amplify that intention that we want. Okay. The next one that we're working with is parsley and cilantro. Cilantro for healing, because we need, again, to heal that relationship that we have, any of those blockages that we've been having with money, any of that mental, like, all over the place with money. We gotta be like, no, we gotta stop that. We need to make sure that we are in alignment, and this is why this is going to be a very chakra focused video as well. Parsley for purification, and also because parsley helps to stop any type of misfortune that's happening in your life as well. So that's why we're adding parsley in there. Okay, for the oil, we're going to be using the coconut oil, which is really good for protection and to add that little extra oomph to your spell as well. So that's what we're going to be using. And then I'm going to share everything else that we're going to be adding. But those are the herbs that we're using. So I'm going to go ahead and start adding herbs in here. And then we are going to start in the process. I'm going to bless them all at once when I'm mashing them together. Just gonna start adding each one in there. If I'm not saying anything, it's because I'm just like focused, by the way. And I'm gonna go over the colors that we're using for this spell in a second. Listen. And I'm gonna also explain why I chose those colors as well. Because it's not for nothing. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to open this a little bit more. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna sneeze any second now because all these damn peppers got me like, you know, that's just the way it be. Also, I would like to note that while the Dollar Tree herbs and stuff may not have the most amazing like vibration as far as like when it's grown, when it's organic, all of that kind of stuff, but they actually get the job done. So, especially if you're on a budget, which is what this whole series is for, is not like that I don't spend money on really bougie herbs, because I am an herbalist, so I do have like my high quality herbs on stock, on hand for my spell work. But when it comes to sharing and stuff of like what I'm using, why I'm using it, and with you guys and trying to help you navigate through like trying to keep a lot of stuff like low cost, we're gonna use what we have. So I have all of the herbs in here, okay, and I'm just gonna mix it in. So I like to have this on the table when I'm doing it, but the way I do it is that I go around 3 times and then I tap 3 times. That's just the way I've been taught. That's also what my spirit feels comfortable with. And it's just the way I've done it in many lifetimes at this point. So I'm gonna just listen to myself. And while I'm doing this, I'm also gonna start blessing and activating the herbs. So in my head, because I'm not telling you I'm saying it in my head, but I keep forgetting I have to share it with you guys. So in my head, I am activating the herbs. So I'm blessing and going through each herb and calling on to the spirit of each herb and asking it to amplify the work that I'm going to be doing today. So I call on the powers of cinnamon. So that's what you want to be saying. I'm saying it in my head, but that's what you want to be saying. And based on how I explained it to you, that's what you're going to be activating it for. So now that it's well mixed, oh, I'm gonna sneeze any second. Like clockwork. Every time I use peppers. It just shoots straight up my nose. So now that it's really, really well mixed, see that? We're gonna start dressing our candles. So we're using 4 different colors for this. So the first one is red. Why red? Why are we using red? Ask yourselves before I answer you. Okay. We're using red because, again, I told you guys we're working with the chakras for this specific spell. So we're starting with the root chakra. The root chakra is all about the physical realm. So if you have been having issues with your finances, if you lost your job, if you were getting evicted, all of these type of things, you want to make sure you use a red candle. If at minimum you do the spell and you don't do any of the other candles, you have to use at least this one, or both the green one, which I'm going to explain why in a second as well. But we're using this because we are, again, healing our root chakra. We're healing a lot of the pains that have come into our root chakra because of this whole entire issue that has come up for a lot of us. So you want to make sure that we're using red to represent and connect to our core, okay? To that which grounds us, to our feet, to that base of the spine. We want to connect to our root chakra. We want to make sure that we are planting those seeds and restructuring it in a way that you're bringing healing in when it comes to money and finances. Especially because having a lot of issues with finances just speaks on having an imbalance in your root chakra, okay? Hold on. The pepper's got my nostrils like. Anyway, the next one we're using is yellow. Why are we using yellow? Why are we using yellow? We're using yellow because of our solar plexus. Okay, this is our willpower. This is our courage. This is our strength. This is our ego. And we're in Leo season. So we have to connect with the energy of the sun, the energy of Leo, the energy of boldness, courage, focus, that thing which makes us move. This is that sun energy. This is your sun sign. So if you want to specifically kind of like connect with your specific sun sign, you can write a prayer on the candle itself. And we're going to be doing the candle drawing in a second, so give me a second. But you can customize it based on your sun sign as well. You can also see which house Leo falls in. Work with your second house of money for this, and your 8th house, because that's also the house of debt, and your 10th house as well, especially with the red one, just to amplify and connect with this energy. So make sure you are looking at your transits for this so you can actually do this spell correctly as per your life. But yellow, for that willpower energy, we want to be bold, we want to shine, we want the positive aspects of this. We want to connect with the positive aspects of yellow, of being bright, of not being in the darkness, in debt, like suffering and stuff like that. No, lightness shines everywhere. It encompasses everything. It takes up space. And when you're taking up space, blessings come in because there's no other way to just like ignore that shine, that type of shine. So we want to add that yellow element, and we want to work with our solar plexus, especially because it's Leo season. I cannot stress that enough. The next one is green. Why are we using green? Might check 1, 2. Why are we using green? We're using green specifically because of the heart chakra. I told you guys we're healing our relationship with money right now. Okay, this is a healing your relationship with money spell. So because love and money are on the same vibration, your heart chakra needs to be open to that money, needs to be open to receiving that money. Okay, and you're also connecting to the colors. That's why we're picking it. There's a reason. Red, yellow, green. We want to make sure that we are implementing our relationship, our connection with money on here. Okay, so we're gonna be, I'm gonna show you what you're gonna be doing with this. And the last one is gonna be white. This one is for spirit, okay? This one specifically for spirit. And this is for not only for protection, but for guidance through this situation. So you want to use this candle as, you can put this in a triangular format and put this one in the middle on your altar space. You can burn it that way. But this one specifically for spirit, and that's it. You're just saying, thank you for protecting me, thank you for helping me get through this, thank you for seeing this through with me, etc., etc. We're gonna go over. But this is actually the last one we're gonna do. We're gonna start from red and we're gonna move up. So the other thing that you're going to need It's a Sharpie. Okay, which you can get at the Dollar Tree, boo. Don't get me started. So you're gonna take a Sharpie, you're gonna take a candle. Okay, and then you are going to add your intention on the candle itself. By the way, when they finish burning, you can either repeat the process, but first definitely study the candle, study the way it burned, and the soot and everything. But if you want to do this 3 times for 3 weeks or 4 weeks, you can do that as well. Now, you are going to write your petition to your root chakra, what you are trying to implement into your physical realm. What is it that you want to see in your physical life? Do you want to make sure that you are stable with money? You want to make sure that you have money coming in from multiple sources. All of these type of things, root chakra energy, okay? You want money in the bank. All of these type of things you're going to write here, okay? So that's what we're going to do. So give me a second while you do yours. I'm going to do mine. So at this point, if there's any symbols that you want to write on it, go ahead and do that. Okay, so that's one. So the next one is going to be the yellow one. So you're going to do the same thing, but to the amplifying for what that solar plexus brings. So I'm personally going to be attaching it to courage and strength in order to pull through the intention that I just set for my root chakra. Okay, so it's not going to be the same intention. It's going to have the same herb blends because we're tying it all in together, but the intention is different for each candle. So please remember that. Okay, so Again, at this point, you can write whatever symbols you want on it. Okay, so that was number 2. So for number 3, we're working with the heart chakra. So you want to make this an emotional petition. You want to make it a love letter to money. Okay, same way that y'all be petitioning for your lovers, y'all want to be petitioning for money. You need to connect your heart chakra to money. You need to heal your relationship with how you feel about money. If you think that the second you think of money, you think, oh, I have to pay a bill, that is a negative relationship to money. You must love money like you love a lover for this spell, okay? Write that down. So I'm gonna be writing it like I'm talking to Bae, you know, like sweet talking Bae. That's how I'm gonna be writing this. So at this point, you can write whatever symbols you want as well. Okay, I'm just gonna add another one on here, on the other ones real quick. Okay, and then the last one we're doing is this one, the white one. So this one, again, is for spirit, for your ancestors, for your guides, for your angels, for everybody, for the divine. So you want to make sure that you are writing it to the divine. You are thanking them. This is not, yo, give it to me this week, give it to me next week. This is thank you for protecting me. This is thank you for guiding me. This is thank you for keeping the road open. This is whatever it is that you want to say. Okay? And then now you can write whatever symbols you want in the back. When it comes to road opening kind of work and stuff like this, I like to work with the Ankh every time. Every time. The vibration of it is just unmatched. Okay. Okay, so now that that is done, we are going to start adding the herbs to the candle. So, oh, I forgot. Okay, so I'm just gonna use the back of I'm gonna use the end of a matchstick because I left my chopstick on the other side of the room to make the 3 holes inside the candle. I like working with 3s. It's just a divine number, and it helps with communicating what you want with the divine. It's just always been a divine number, and it's always going to be a divine number, so might as well just work with it. So now that it is in there, I'm going to go ahead and add my herbs to it. So when I'm adding my herbs to it, I'm just putting my hands over the herbs like this, and I am visualizing it activating with a white light in an aura, okay? And I'm also sending it Reiki just to amplify the energy. I'm sorry this video is like a little bit long, but I'm sure you guys will be fine. So now that this is activated, I'm gonna put it to the side because we're doing it, everything is in order. So you take the ends, you put the 3. If there's another number that you want to use, do what you want. I'm gonna be using this. Take the herbs, finger. Peppers, yo. Okay, so green. When you're doing each color, make sure you try to connect with the energy. So with green, I literally just opened up my heart chakra, and I was telling it, I love money. Money comes to me so fast. It's so easy for me to get money. I love money. It's just such a great feeling. It's a great vibration. And as I'm doing that, I can feel the energy around it just amplifying. So just make sure you're doing that visualization. And then the last one. The last one. So for this, I made it into, the prayer I did for this was more of a thank you to my spirits, to my guides. Similar to like a libation that I would do in the morning. Okay, so now we are going to be adding the oil. So my dropper, I cannot find for the life of me. I re-cleaned everything in my apothecary space, and then I like misplaced a couple of things that I need to find. So I'm just gonna be using my teaspoon to just get a little bit of the coconut oil in here and place it in each one. Hold on. There we go. So I'm gonna use just a little bit. And I'm just gonna use this to go over each one. You don't need a lot of oil, so it's just a couple of drops. Okay. So now that you have that, I just like to rotate mine just so the oil just goes around a little bit. So you can do that for each one. Bring it some movement, which is something that your life definitely needs. So visualizing it is actually a good thing. The next thing we're gonna seal it with just like glitter, and I'm gonna be using the glitter color for each respective candle. So for the root chakra, I'm using red. For the solar plexus, I'm using yellow. For the green, that's what we're doing, okay? So red for the solar plexus. So that's how it looks like. Yep. Wait, did I say red for the solar plexus? Red for the root chakra. I'm bugging right now. These spices got me like acting crazy. Okay. So there you go. So it doesn't have to be that complicated, but it is a very like just intense spell because it does take a longer time to do. And it does take a little bit of a time commitment, but any spell that you're trying to have a long-term effect on takes a little bit more work, especially when you're trying to restructure like your root chakra. So it looks like this. So the rest of this, if you're doing this multiple weeks, like if you're going to do 4 times a week, just save this in a container, so that way you have that on hand ready to go, and you can just kind of, you know, do your candles, set it, and then keep it moving, keep it pushing. That's it. So now we're going to go into the lighting process. If you want to write a petition and put it on under each one, you can do that. I just wanted to write it on it, but if you do want to write a petition, I would suggest using an orange Sharpie, which you can get at the Dollar Tree as well. Reason being is because orange is the color of the sacral chakra, which is a conductor and a manifesting space. So you can use orange to connect with that petition and put it under each one, okay? But that's if you would like to do that. You don't have to. It's not completely necessary, but if you want to take that additional step, you can do so. So then you are going to take some matches, which I also got from the Dollar Tree. Cannot stress enough how everything in this video is from the Dollar Tree. Flame. And you're going to light each one. And I'm starting again in order. If you would like to give spirit an offering for this, you can put water like on the altar space that you're using. You can add water, or if you are working with a specific spirit or deity for this, you can also do that. But you want to make sure you are meditating with a flame. That's definitely a big one for this. And you're paying attention to how each chakra is burning, because That's going to tell you a lot about what's going on with that chakra, which one might need a little bit of more attention. If one chakra, like let's say, is kind of higher flame than the other, that might show where you're gonna have to put a little bit more healing in. So maybe like if the root chakra is not as kind of high, you're gonna have to do more work in your root chakra space. If your heart chakra is like higher, that's actually good. So my heart chakra right now, for my candle, is actually higher right now, which is good. But they're all equally balanced out. Like if you actually look at all the candles, which is kind of hard to tell on camera because of the way the glass is, but they're all pretty much good. I would align them in that triangular format and then just put your white candle in the center, and you put it in your altar space that way. And then just watch the way they burn. Pay attention to the flame, pay attention to what's going on with them, make sure you're documenting it. And then once they're all fully just, done, read the candle wax for each one. So you want to keep it in the same alignment. You want to know which candle was which one, so that way you know which chakra you kind of have to do a little bit more work in if you are going to be doing this spell repeatedly, which I do recommend doing. Not just doing it one time, doing it multiple times, because when it does come to the root chakra, and this type of kind of healing work, it takes time. You have to put in more time in order to heal wounds that impact you in a longer term basis. It's not just you did it once and that's it, but it's just calling in that energy of stability and bringing that energy and having a consistent love relationship. It's almost like, think of it like you're texting and you're flirting, you're dating with your money. That's what you're doing right now. You're not just gonna be like, okay, we talked once and that's it, we married. You have to build that relationship. So you want to have that consistent connection. I hope that this makes sense. Anyway, I hope that this video was helpful for you guys. Let me know if you end up trying it and what happens and all that jazz in the comments. I'm sorry this was a little bit long. I am not editing this video, so your guys are getting a real cut straight to YouTube. Twang, and you guys know I talk a lot, it's all love, it's all knowledge, it's all love. But I do hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it helps you heal. I hope that it helps you connect. I hope that you get past any obstacles, and I do pray that you get past any obstacles that are standing in your way from success and abundance and just living your best life. Honestly, just living your best life. I will definitely see you loves in the next one. Thank you all for, especially like everyone who's just been new to the channel. Thank you all to my new subscribers. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being curious. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for the comments, the likes, the shares, all of that jazz. I do appreciate it. I am really grateful that everybody is just enjoying the content, and I get a lot of those comments about like, I'm binge watching it, I love you guys, and all the stuff. Like, I love it. Thank you so much. I'm definitely here for you guys, so that's all I can do. But I will definitely see you in the next one. Do not forget to check out the Patreon, okay? Because we're always learning and growing over there. I just put up the weekly video poll for the week, and this one is gonna be lit. I'm just waiting for them to vote on all the stuff. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff going on the Patreon. We're still doing the Book of Shadows weekly prompts, and we just started the book coven, so we're still studying some books. I'm gonna be doing a lot of book coven work on the Patreon because they are like yearning for that knowledge and that information. So I wanted to do like that kind of study group kind of thing where we're all just like deep, knee and deep in knowledge. We're just all communicating that. So definitely check that out. And if you would like a reading, don't forget to check it out on my website as well. I'm going to be adding Reiki sessions on my website very soon. I will let you guys know when that happens. But stay tuned for that. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next one. I love you guys. Bye.